Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the control scheme I use in Smash Ultimate. I had a lot of questions in the comments asking what I use for controls or how I use Lucario and how to make B reversing easier with him. So I do have a little tip on how to make B reversing easier with different controls, but I'll get into that a little bit later. To start things off, I use a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, and I use this controller for a few reasons. The first being, it is an awesome controller. I absolutely love this thing. I think it is one of, if not one of the best controllers ever made. The Switch Pro controller and the DualShock 4 controller are two of my favorite controllers of all time, and I love everything about them. The Switch Pro controller is a little bit more pricey, but it's honestly totally worth it. This thing is crafted perfectly, which is actually shocking coming from Nintendo because usually their controllers suck. I'm looking at you, Wii U Pro controller. Anyways, the second reason I use this controller is because I first learned how to play competitive Smash on a 2DS, which sounds really weird and gross, I know, but it was all I had at the time. And when I first started to play Smash, I started playing Lucario, and as most of you guys know, his up special is very hard to control. But it wasn't so bad on the 2DS because I can get all those weird janky angles with the circle pad. But then I got a Wii U, and I started to use the GameCube controller, and really enjoyed it. But it was super hard to transition back from a 2DS to a GameCube controller. The button layout was just so different, and I started to notice I was SDing a lot. I kept getting janky angles and dying due to the GameCube controller notches. I couldn't get those precise angles I was looking for, so I got a Wii U Pro controller, which is super gross, but whatever, it worked and it got the job done. Its button layout was very similar to a 2DS that I started on, so it was pretty simple and pretty similar just to get back into things. And I was also able to get my janky angles back with a more circular joystick instead of the GameCube controller's notches. So pretty much I went from the Wii U Pro controller to the Switch controller, and it's pretty much the same in button design, but well, it's just so much better designed than the Wii U Pro controller. So with that very quick and very little background out of the way, let's get right into the real controls and what I use. So to start things off, I pretty much just use the standard default controls. However, I do make a few changes. I play with no tap jump on, as do most people, because it's just much easier to get up tilts that way. I play with rumble on because I was taught in Smash 4 you can SDI and react faster with rumble. I don't know how true or accurate that is, but yeah, so I stuck with that. Plus, I don't really mind the rumble, and it's kind of satisfying when you smash someone off the stage and your controller shakes a little bit. I play with my stick sensitivity usually on high, but sometimes on normal. I personally don't really feel a difference, but people argue and say there is one, so to each their own. There probably is a difference. I just don't personally know or recognize it. I play with Smash Stick on too for a few reasons. The first being, as I said, I grew up learning Smash on a 2DS, which at the time did not have a C stick, so Smash attacks were very hard to pull off at first. And so as soon as I got a GameCube controller, you better believe I was all over that C stick and mashing that thing like a madman. And to this day, I play with Smash Stick because I just suck at inputting raw Smash attacks. Yes, they're a little bit easier in Ultimate, but I still suck at doing them. I think there is a greater margin to cause misinputs with raw smashes as well. You might accidentally get an up tilt or F tilt or down tilt instead of the smash attack that you were looking for that could have ended the stock. I also understand the timing just becomes muscle memory after a while, and it's just easier as time goes on, but just not for me. I personally think Tilt Stick helps Lucario a little bit more than Smash Stick, but at the same time, I'm not so sure because Lucario's smash attacks are so deadly at times. So use whatever you guys are most comfortable with. So moving on, pretty much everything else is the same for here on out, besides two buttons, and those are being the L button and the ZR button. My L button is mapped to attack because it offers another button for my attacks. I usually use the L for up airs especially, And I also use it for up tilts as well. I just feel like up tilts and up airs are a lot easier using the L button. It's also one less button for my right hand to worry about. I'm not really so sure on how to explain this one that much, but it's just personally easier for me and I personally prefer it. I don't really need 2 grab buttons as well, so I might as well turn one of them into a more important button that's used more often. And the next one is going to be ZR, and I set ZR to special because I think it is an easier way to B reverse, so let me kind of explain this. So back when I started to play with the GameCube controllers, I set my R button to shield because using the GameCube controller's R button to time B reverses, it was just super easy, and it was way easier than just using the normal B button. So it was a very easy way to learn how to B reverse, but as time went on, I did learn how to manually just do it with the B button and how to do it with the trigger as well. And again, I didn't need 2 buttons for shield, so that control scheme kind of just carried through with me to the Wii U Pro controller and now to the Switch controller. It's just kind of another personal reference for me, and it's just the button I use. It's just the button that I use to learn B reverses with. It's a lot easier. So give it a shot yourself. I have a ton of people asking me how to make B reversing easier, and maybe this is the answer. So if you use a GameCube controller, or maybe even a Switch Pro controller or a Joy-Con, try mapping one of your shoulder buttons with special, and let me know if that works out for you at all, because it sure did with me. Also, to learn B reverses a little bit better, go into training mode, turn the speed down. It makes things so much easier, and once you start getting it down with slow speed, start to turn speed back up a little bit until you hit normal, and the next thing you know, you're going to be B reversing like a madman. Well guys, that's my control scheme. Let me know if any of this helped you guys, and also let me know what you guys use down below. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it, follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, and subscribe to me for more content.